the Gonja, who were originally Mandingo or Mandinka, migrated from Mande, that is a ancient Mali empire. It was founded by Sumaila and Deru Ajapa around in 1675. Yeah. They are part of the Guan people and speak the Guan languages. They are also part of those who speak the Guan languages. Now, in Deru Ajapa, he has a mausoleum which is built in his honor at Bipe when you go to Bipe. Now, the Gunja, they are also called the Imbanye or brave men. So the Gunjas, they moved from the Mande or the Mali Empire and traveled through Segu in the southern Mali and approached Bole area through Ivory Coast, then the Sisala area and Wa in modern Upper West. Now, Nderu Ajapa was a mighty warrior who fought to consolidate or gather lands for the Gonja. Okay, now there was a prophecy about him that he would not make it in his own place in Mande, but he will make it in foreign land. So he gathered his people and then they went on an expedition. Now, before all that happened, Naba, who became the first chief of Gonja, came from south after being sent by the chief of Mande against a trading town called Bego. He attacked and then turned north across the Black Water into western Gonja. He built a city called Yogbum in the early 15th century. Now, by 1709, Gunja, after lots of divisions by earlier chiefs, was organized into a confederate system, and the capital transfers from Yanga in the western Gunja, where Naba had built his camp. Now, a paramount chief was installed and given the title Yagbonra, originally called Benipeura. So let's go back to Nderu Ajapa. Nderu Ajapa installed most of his sons during the conquest of the Gonja land. These places include Wasipe, which is Daboya, Pembe, Bole, Tuluwe, Kadai, and Kusuagu. Sumaila in Nderu Ajapa got an army and left his initial home for conquest after the consultation with the prophecy spoken about him in his own house. When he reached Ja, he came in contact with Fati, a man called Fati Morupe, a powerful Malam, who upon consultation gave him further revelation about the battles and the conquest to come. He paid tribute to Fati and left his son behind. So now Fati Morupe's descendants now form the lineage in the Yagbonres palace and also form the Sakpari, or let's say Malam section in every division. On reaching Bole, he defeated a powerful shrine priest at Mankuma, the capital of Bupe, and left his sister and nephew there to consult the oracle for him. He defeated the Vagala Sakala into Intreso, and then he moved forward into western Gonja. At Sakpa, the elders of Bole, which was initially Bel, Bole, met in Nderu Ajapa and surrendered to him. The town was called Bole, meaning submission in Gonja. He established a chief there called Bole Ura and moved. He then defeated the Wala and chose Nyanga as the capital of the conquered lands and named it Bini Poura Pe. Now, there were many areas that he also conquered. He marched against the Tampruma, who were subjects of the Dagomba kings. This ensured that a conflict arose. There was a conflict between Nderu Ajapa and the Dagomba. He killed their king, who was Na Dariziogo at that time. He captured many Dagomba lands. He moved towards Bamboy, Bole Bamboy, where the Moors submitted to him. He then moved eastward and defeated the Kehu or Larebanga and Kurasi southwest of Damongo. He moved to the other places and then moved to the Ghana people and killed their king and renamed that place. He then moved to conquer more lands. At Kafaba, there was a thriving kola nut market, and he conquered the place up to the way to Salaga, which was occupied by the then Nanumba. He then switched the kola nut trade from that place to Salaga. He later sent his sons to conquer Kasugu from the Dagomba lands to halt their expansion. He was later shot in battle in the ankle and later died at Trepa, which means I have now reached my end. He was buried at Bupe, which means heavy or weight load. But before his death, he wished to be buried at Mankuma, where he had left his sister to be in charge of the shrine. So now it is customary for all Yagbonwuras to be buried at Mankuma, a village on the main Saulabole road. Now, after consultation and other staffs, when he died, the chief of Kon took over and Nyanga became Yagbon, that is a big household, and became Yagbonwura. And around 1944, the capital of Ngbanye was moved from Nyanga to Damongo. So the Gonja land was firmly established under the rule of Ndeura Chapa. Now, the Gunjas are people who do farming. They usually do maize, millet, shea butter, and other stuff. They also trade in kola nuts. Now, they have a popular dance called the Panna Dance. It is done when a hunter kills an animal, maybe a big animal like a lion, anything. And then it is also done when a great hunter dies. Now, the Gunjas are Muslims and Islamic people. And then we have some of them are also ethnic traditional worshippers. They believe in the supreme being called Ebore. And some of them also believe in spirits and powers. And then others are also Christians. There are many tourist attractions when you go to the Gonja lands. When you go to West Gonja, East Gonja, Damongo, there are many beautiful places. There is a particular place which has a stone. There's a stone there. A legend has it that when they were constructing a road and they moved the stone from its initial place, but then following day when the contractors came back, they found out that the stone had returned to its original place. So this stone is also there. Now you can also, when you go there, you can also see the Salaga slave trade market. They do the Dhamba Festival, just like the Dagomba. The Gonja also have Dhamba Festival, and then they also do the Fire Festival. So this is just about the Gonjas. I hope you've learned something. Lion Heritage TV, you know what it is. Watch this video. You can share, like, and then subscribe. Thank you for the support. And this video was sponsored and supported by Hunea. You can check out his book. It contains a lot of stuff. Thank you.